have in pots. A lot of the stuff I put videos out there for is the stuff I have actually in the ground. But this morning, I kind of wanted to showcase, not really showcase, just kind of show what I have in pots. So let's check it out. All right, so here we have my blueberries. They're all Southern High Bush blueberries. I have 3 different varieties right here. You need multiple varieties for the pollination. These were bare root this season, this winter. So basically all this is new growth. I try to keep the pH between 4.5 and 5.5, and they seem to love it. I mean, if you look at the leaves, there's not really any burning. It's just really nice and lush. And so I have, some soil acidifier in there, the Spoma brand, and then I've been using a Fox Farm liquid to reduce the pH on these things. But that's super important that I've noticed. These things really, believe it or not, the first year I had them, we probably harvested 300 blueberries off these things total over the winter or early spring. And this was just the first season. So they've grown quite a bit. I love how this one is kind of blue right here compared to these, which are green. This one right here is a, this one's called Misty. This one right here, I think is O'Neill. Let's see here. Yeah, that's O'Neill. And this one is a high dog. I done buried the label. It's been a while. Emerald, yeah, that's right. Okay, so Emerald right here, O'Neill and Misty. All of them great producers. They did a great job this year. Had lots of blueberries already, and it's just the first, they were bare root. This is a no ID fig. I pulled it out of the ground because where it was at, it didn't like it at all. It never really grew, and it just stayed small. I planted it this spring in this little pot just to kind of nurse it back to health, and it's already putting out a little figgy. So stoked, super excited. Right here I have, that's a cucumber, I have a zucchini, and I had this whole area netted off for a while because it was, the squirrels were just, and the rabbits were just going nutso in here. They pretty much ate these down to the ground. I had another one right there, it's gone. They took every tomato except for those few that you see. The rabbit and the squirrel are not around anymore. Here's a grape that I had, no ID grape, another no ID grape that were just sitting in old pots. So I up potted them, put them, staked them up. And so we'll see what those do over time. This is another, I think this is like a black mission or a brown turkey fig. It's just a big fig from my old house of cutting. Have a couple peppers, serrano, jalapeno. That's a Mexican bird of paradise. Another no ID grape. I did some strawberries. I have, I think Chandler and Chandler and a Albion. These did well. They put out a lot of strawberries earlier in the season, and I think I got one of them. Rabbits and squirrels. This is a Navajo thornless blackberry. Just kind of holding it for now until I can get a place to put it, because once you put it, look out. They have suckers that'll pop up everywhere. So just making sure I'm really certain where I want to put it, even though these things they've already rooted. I can't pull that up, it's rooted into the ground. That's a cherry cordial fig. This is a Violet de Bordeaux. fig, loaded. These are seedlings from a Canary Island date palm. So I'm, growing those up and seeing what happens, even though around here we get those, there's some sort of disease that hits these and they die from the inside out. So I don't know, we'll see. If they grow up, I'll put them in the ground, why not? That's a variegated, the variegated Vulgaris batata, I think it is, bamboo. This right here is a Coldodon mutante fig. I got it from Chesapeake Figs. These are a couple agaves. I always take cuttings from my agaves and just spread them around. I love those plants, even though the snails have just tore these ones up. These are both seedling mangoes from this grocery store, the big fat mangoes. So I think they're either Keat or Kent. If you know, please leave in the comments. I'm always curious. These are a couple plumerias. I got some cuttings from somebody. Super excited. This one's flowering. Those are elderberries. Those are some philodendrons and a nice canna lily. That's the one that grows up and has the red with the yellow flowers. Some mint and an old, really bad lemon tree. These potted plants, they need to be moved out, but these are Pepino dulces. So these are Pepino melons. Here's a dragon fruit. Over here I have a cherimoya. It's no ID. I'm not sure which one. Dr. White, El Bumpo, whatever. I'm not sure. These are papayas, just from the grocery store, seedlings. These are Cape gooseberries. That's an Inga or ice cream bean tree. This is a tiger panache fig. These are cuttings from my other Pakistani mulberry. So I'm just growing those. That's right there. That is a, I'll think about that later. I forgot the name. Okay, so this is a unknown seedling fig. So I've heard, let me know in the comments as well. Do you know that, is it true that some seedling figs will not fruit? I guess they'll be male, and that's just the way it is. I didn't know about that, so, but I grabbed it, and I've heard that that might be the case. Anyway, some more Pakistani mulberries. In my little work section over here, I have a bunch of palms that I've kind of grown up. It's pretty tough. I need to get these things in the ground. They don't like summertime in these pots. It gets a little too hot, I think. I have some bananas I planted down there, some other trees. Over here in the greenhouse, this is my little greenhouse. Not sure if you can see it, but so I built this table. It's got some like planks on it so water can get through. And a lot of those plants were all in here for the winter. So what I'll do is I'll put the plants in here, and then I'll put a couple of seedling heat pads in here for the winter time when it gets really cold. And it keeps it just a few degrees above freezing, just to make sure that nothing goes horribly bad. That's a star fruit. That right there is a Robles Reds cutting. That's Delight. I already have a Delight down in the trellis. Here's a little Condor cutting. This is another cutting that was supposed, like someone gave it to me as Trisha. The original piece, all the spines were cut off, so I didn't really see what it was. But as it's grown up, I've realized that this is definitely not Trisha. These are some epiphyllums. Here's a little, I cut this off the main stalk. It was just a small little branch that came off of Dark Star. and I just wanted to see if it'll do it. It's nice and swollen. It's dark green. It's definitely taking up water one way or another, so not sure. Oh yeah, and here's a little house plant, but we always kept it on the front porch. I love these kind of ivies and stuff like that, and we left it on the front porch, and it basically got killed in the winter. And so we just took whatever was left and just put it over here, repotted it, and now it's just going nuts. It sure loves this little greenhouse. But obviously, so I'm sure people know that once you take a plant out of the indoors and you bring it outdoors, don't put it back indoors. Most people who would watch something like this probably already know that, but all the bugs will get up in here, and then you'll be bringing all of them in your house. So don't ask me how I know that from past experience, but anyway, so that's a Connie Meyer that just got chewed up from the snails. We get just these amazing snail infestations here that I've never seen anywhere else in my life. Like, we get on our property of 2.5 acres, we'll have probably, literally, not even joking, a couple million snails every year. And this is the time of year where it gets really bad. They're starting to thin out now, but if you look, you could see some in here. If you look on there, you could see them all over here. So they're thinning out quite a bit, but there used to be like clusters. There would be clusters on a lot of stuff. You could see them inside these palm trees. You know, little snails are hiding everywhere. Little clusters down there. This banana. They hide all up in here. But we get millions, literally millions of snails. And this is what the damage that they do. This is kind of like a little sacrificial lamb over here, are these. So I put these out here in front of my nice plants because the snails will go and they'll go chew on those and keep them away from these. Over here, so we have the Connie Meyer. This is, believe it or not, just a little cutting I took of a, I forget what these are, but it had really beautiful color of flower. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab a little cutting off of it. If you're in the plant world, you know what I'm talking about. If there's a plant you know that'll do a cutting and it's just right there, you're like, all right, I'll take a cutting. Anyway, so yeah, that's a Connie Meyer doing really well. In here, there's actually a little broken piece I laid in here. So that's the Connie Meyer. This is Physical Graffiti. These two right here are from, they're a No ID Home Depot dragon fruit that I pulled up from my old house. These didn't really do anything at my old house. I had no idea about dragon fruit. I just bought it and, you know, thought I could just plant it and I would get dragon fruit, but I had no idea about all the pollination rules and how they want to grow on a structure, all that kind of stuff. I put them on a fence at the old place. They grew. I don't think I ever saw a flower from them. But I'm pretty sure I bought the red variety when I did. So we'll see how these things turn out. I'm curious. I'm a little less strict about all the different kinds of varieties and all that kind of stuff. I just want good fruit. So if these put out good fruit, I don't care. I don't know what type it is. I'm more about, can I have awesome dragon fruits in the summer? And those who have had great dragon fruit know just how good that is. Those who have only had the stuff at the store, really, you have no idea about the complexity of dragon fruit. There are so many varieties that are just absolutely delicious. I mean, unbelievably good. The ones at the grocery store, just, I can't even believe that they would even put those on the shelf compared to the rest of the varieties. But anyway, so that's that. Yeah, so I had a little pause there before I started taking this video. As you can see, the sun's starting to come out. So that's everything in the greenhouse. So yeah, that's a little tour of all the plants that I have. Oh yeah, I have this is a sugar dragon right here cutting. I'm gonna probably just top it right there. It has a bunch of aerial roots. And this, I remember that this right here was a goji berry. So they're pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of the fruit. They kind of have almost a tomatoey taste to them. It's like a sweet tomato almost. They're pretty good, but you know what I'm kind of looking forward to with this plant is I have squirrels. I have, these animals around, and if I can give them something that, I don't mind having some here and there, but if I can give them something to chew on and keep them away from other things, that's a win in my book. So I'll probably plant that in an area where, and they're pretty prolific too, so they will take off, and there'll be tons of goji berries. So if I can keep the squirrels kind of happy with something like that, to where they don't really want to venture off and do more, I'll be doing that. Same thing with these Cape gooseberries. These things are really prolific, and they will take off as a huge hedge. And so if I can use that to kind of keep the squirrels busy and keep them out of my good stuff, that would be awesome. Anyway, so that's like just a little tour of the planted or the potted plants, all the up and comers, like these trees that'll go in. These papayas are going in any day now. And yeah, all the up and comers. Anyways, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have any questions or think I could do something better. So anyways, all right, well, have a great day. Take care.